Maska can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for week 3 of Apex, this Mazda MX5 series right here on Racer Nexus. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth, and alongside me is the big boss man, Rob Campbell himself. He is going to be our producer and color commentator for today, as Mac had to step away for an issue. But we are here excited here at Daytona, and let me tell you what, this 3.53 mile circuit will give these drivers a lot of drafting time and a lot of potential side-by-side action as we get ready for this 2 20-minute races here today. And let me tell you what, it is nice out. It is cool. It's not too hot. These cars are absolutely glued to the track. And let me tell you what, at just 75 degree track temp, yeah, like I said, these cars, they're gripping, and they're going to be gripping really good with only 74 degrees Fahrenheit here in Daytona. And let me tell you what, this is again round number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we will be heading just one state north as we head to Road Atlanta for round number 4, and then we are going to head over to Brands Hatch for week 5, followed by Watkins Glen for week 6. Going to head back to Florida here in Sebring, and then we're going to head over to Zandvoort, to St. Petersburg, Imola, Monza, and rounding out the championship at the one, the only Spa. And that track will also give amazing action as well. Let me tell you what, we're going to go ahead now and take a look here at your race format. Practice, 110 minutes. We are currently in our 4-lap qualifying session, and we got 2 20-minute races ahead. These guys do have unlimited tires, 1 fast repair, and only a 12 incident limit cap. With 100% fuel, I don't think we're going to need to see any pit stops. So we are very excited to see what these MX5 Cups here can do. Just taking a look now at your Apex, this MX5 Cup. Joshua Soto is out front for your Pro Division, and Michael Brock, he's sitting there back in second. Last week they used to put on one heck of a show, but Ryan Ryder, he was probably one of the fastest guys in VIR last week, as he is currently sitting back in third, 70 points, just 8 points back behind Joshua Soto here for your Pro Division. And to round out your top 5, it's going to be Kurt Moss and Sean Kopensky, just 18 points back. For your mid-pack Larry drivers, Sean Teeter, he is standing on top with 81 points, followed by Aaron Law, who had a good performance last week at VIR, and Mark Sherman back with 62 points, only 4 points back behind Aaron Law. But right now, Sean Teeter, he is rocking it with 15-point lead here. And last week's winner, Michael Tantagretta, he is currently sitting back in that 4th position. And rounding out your top 5 here, it's going to be Jonathan Cooper. These guys last week, you know, they put on one heck of a show. As we're taking a look here at Stan Hammonds in that number 55 Mazda, as he's getting ready to take on turn number 6 to head back up onto the high banks, as he slips and slides in that Sky Lounge machine as he hits NASCAR 1 here. Last week, Rob, we saw a very good battle between Soto and Brock for the Pro Division. What are your thoughts about what we're going to see with those two here today in Daytona?
Yeah, Soto and Brock have been, I guess, basically the class of the Mazda field for the last couple seasons here, Mike. So no surprise seeing them battling up towards the top end of the field week in, week out. So I expect we'll see more of the same right now with the two of them sitting 1-2 in qualifying. Looks like we're going to be seeing them starting on the front row, unless maybe, Ozek Sulu out of nowhere across the line. He's going to take pole. I think that if that stands, I think that might be Oz's first pole ever here in Apex this. So hopefully that holds up for him. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that was a really good lap time there. I am showing he ran a 2:11.76. That is a really, really quick lap time here for Oz. And let me tell you what, this competition, just look at that gap between your leader and the rest of the field. They are all pretty much within 1 second of each other until you get to just about that 18th position of Baikov. You know, that they're all within 1 second. Let me tell you what, 1 second is not a big gap here in Daytona. And this, what I'm seeing right here, it's going to be a very awesome show when we do take the green flag. As we take a look here at Joshua Smith in that 235 machine, as he makes his way back onto the high banks here in Daytona. These bakings do sit at just about 32 degrees up here in NASCAR 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And let me tell you what, that's a 3-story high banking there, and seeing it in real life, it's something else.
Yeah, I've seen a number of pictures of people trying to climb up, and it's one of those things where, you know, TV doesn't really do it justice, Mike. You can they can try and show from as many angles as they want, but when you're actually standing on the ground and you're looking, as you said, up 3 floors straight up ahead of you, it's amazing that the speeds the cars go around here, if they're able to stay on that amount of banking. So it's just something, a testament, I guess, to the engineers that put the cars together that can develop enough downforce to go as quick as they can. Plus, they plastered up on that high banking, so it's always fun thing to see.
Yeah, I'm actually very fortunate. Daytona is only a 25-minute drive from me, and I've done the track tour. You know, gone through 3 and 4, and standing on the bottom, like you said, and just looking up at the wall. TV does not do it justice. And maybe about 6 years ago, I got to do the Richard Petty driving experience at Daytona. Let me tell you what, when you get into those bankings, it sucks you down into that seat. And it's such a thrill. Once you get up there, you feel like you're going to fall out of your seat at first, but the moment gravity catches up with you, it sucks you down into your seat, pushes your hard right, and let me tell you what, you can definitely reach up and pull those buckles tight just a little bit more than what you thought. And I love Daytona. I love Daytona. I can go on and on and on.
Well, they don't call it the world center of speed for no reason, Mike, and it's got that lore heavily above it. But it looks like qualifying's all wrapped up. Let's take a look at how the grid's going to shape up here for the first heat race.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here at your starting lineup for race number 1 here. Oz Escalou. He will be starting on the pole. He'll be joined by Joshua Soto. Row number 2 in that third position is going to be Kevin Zhu. He'll be joined by Richard Stover. Row number 3, Kurt Moss, and he'll be joined by Michael Brock. P7 is going to be Brian Lempick. He'll be joined by Thomas Lathrop in that number 84 machine. 9th, Brian Zinn, and rounding out your top 10, it's going to be Tony Wallace. In that 6th row, Stan Hammonds, he'll be joined by Sean Teeter. Starting 13th, in that number 181 machine, is going to be Ryan Ryder. He'll be joined by Harrison Mealy. Starting P15 in that Mario 823, it's going to be Sean Kabensky. He'll be joined by John Agudelo in that 048 machine. John Cooper will be starting in 17th. He'll be joined by Michael Tanagretta. Starting in the 19th position, it's going to be that 013 of Roman Bykov. He'll be joined by Spencer Bodu. Matt Schlosser, he'll be joined by Christopher Crotu in that 305 machine. Starting in the number 23rd position, that 235 machine of Joshua Smith, he'll be joined by Corey Mitchell in that number 63 machine. Starting 25th, that 031 machine driven by Tyler Pierre Richards, he'll be joined by Sean Guru in the number 88. 27th, it's going to be Nick Velasco. He'll be joined by Keegan Gehrig in that 640 machine. 29th, Benson Ty. He'll be joined by William Stern. 31st, Craig Thompson in that number 17 machine. He'll be joined by the 01 of Donald Mensing. Patrick Wilson in that 002 machine. He'll be starting 33rd. He'll be joined by the 00 of Charles Wolf. 35th, Gregorio Moreno Jr. He'll be driving that number 119 machine. He'll be joined by Rick Wishon in that 074 machine. 37th, and rounding out your field, it's going to be Mark Sherman in that 301 machine, as these drivers are now making their way through turns 3 and 4 here as they are getting ready to go green flag racing. 20 minutes is going to be on the clock, and I believe it's going to be the top 4 inverted. Is that correct?
That's right. Top 4 will invert for race number 2. The rest of the field will start where they finished up. But it looks like the pace car is off here, Mike. We're getting ready to go green. Ozzy Sulu with his first pole. Going to lead us down into turn 1. We'll see if he's able to hold off Joshua Soto.
Yeah, absolutely. Exculu and Soto will lead the field down into turn number 1, as Kevin Zhu and Stover are right there behind them. As you see, Skulu, he's quickly out to the lead, but Soto, he's got Zhu all behind him, trying to make something happen as they run side by side into the International Horseshoe. Soto, he will take the position, but here comes Stover. He's now looking to make a run for that third position.
Yeah, Russell Stover, new driver to the league here, Mike, putting his stamp on the league here early on. I think we saw him last week, might have been his first race in the league, so Richard Stover came to play here.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's definitely one of those these cars are a lot of fun to drive, but they're not easy to drive. So coming in with some of the best, you know, with Joshua Soto and Michael Brock, and being able to run hard with them like he is right now, it's absolutely phenomenal what he's able to do.
Yeah, speaking of Michael Brock, Jen Brock has joined chat, albeit late. She's shocked and appalled to see Michael Brock down, starting in 6th place. He's up 1 spot so far, though. Mike, early on, he's got himself into 5th place. He and Brian Lemke in 6th place, trying to work their way through the field. Tony Wallace up 3 spots. Looks like he's one of our hard chargers here in the top 15, up into a comfortable spot in the top 10 here. We'll see if he's able to keep moving forward as he's tucked right on the back bumper there of Brian Lemke as they head out of the bus stop.
Yeah, Brian Lemke, he is now in the tire tracks here of Michael Burke, as I heard something happen in the back. Possibly somebody just pounded the wall coming out of the bus stop. Not exactly sure who that was, but we are still up front here as these drivers are coming to complete lap number 1. And we've got someone making a big dive down here on the apron.
It's Stan Hammonds.
This is absolutely legal. It's legal. And he just gained 5 spots right there.
Stan Hammonds on a mission up into 2nd place around Brian Lemke on the inside. But during all that, Michael Brock made the same move from 5th place up into top spot. We saw how strong the draft is there, Mike, on the banking with these cars. These Mazdas don't make a ton of horsepower, but the banking, or sorry, the draft is potent on that. Oh man, Richard Stover, we were talking about him early on. He is around, got tied up with somebody. He's fallen all the way back into the 30th position here now, maybe even farther back once he gets back on track.
Yeah, definitely tough break for that number 8 machine, all the way back in that 30th position in that number 421 machine. Let's take a look back here and take a look and see what happened. He was currently in that 8th position and heading down into the International Horseshoe. He got the short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, it looked like Roman Bykov completely missed his brake marker there, got into the back of, I think that was Ryan Ryder in the green and orange car, tagged him, and unfortunately Stover, the unfortunate victim of all that. But up front, Michael Brock continues to lead the way. Stan Hammonds in 2nd place, Brian Lemke in 3rd. We'll see if the 3 of them kind of pull away. But wrapped up in all this, Joshua Soto, who started on the outside of pole here on the front row, Mike, he's fallen down to 6th place, and Oslik Sulu down into 5th. So those 2 drivers showed a ton of pace in qualifying. We'll see if maybe the 2 of them want to kind of work together here to regain that top position that they had to start the race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as long as we have a big issue out of the bus stop, you know, as long as Joshua Soto, he tends to Theater going all over the track there as he's crab walking. But as I was saying, you know, as long as Soto, you know, as long as he stays in the draft, he's not out of it yet. And that's what it's really boils down to. As we take a look at Corey Mitchell, jumping back here to Stover.
Yeah, I was trying to find what happened. Oh, it happened up ahead of them. So I think it might have been Joshua.
Oh no!
I think it might have been Joshua Smith and Corey Mitchell got wrapped up in something here. Let's take a look at this one. So Joshua Smith there in behind Corey Mitchell. They head into the bus stop. And it looks like, oof. I'm not sure if that was Benson Ty that got sideways through the bus stop here. We can try and find.
And while he's looking for that, we got a huge battle right now for this 4th position.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
There might be some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize about that technical difficulties, but we are back, and let me tell you what, we have a 9-car breakaway here in front of this pack, and these guys are putting it on an awesome show up front. Currently, Brian Lemke, he is out front in that number 41 machine, followed by Tony Wallace in the 78. Michael Brock, who was out front when we started having those difficulties, got passed on the front straight away. He did fall all the way back to that 5th position, but with the help from Joshua Soto in that 07, both of those drivers have been able to work their way back up into 3rd and 4th respectively. And Stan Hammonds, Thomas Lathrop, Kevin Zhu, and Oz sorry, Oz.
Oz Exelu. Yes, that's the man.
I'm sorry, Oz. But the Magic Man is currently back in that 8th position after winning his first pole position here in Apex this. And let me tell you what, he may be currently back in that 8th spot, but we are not done with the racing here for the first race of today, as we have just about 9 minutes now remaining in this first race. As you see that drafting behind them working to their advantage, as you see Michael Brock making a run on the outside in that 421 machine. They're going to try to make their way around. Oh, we have trouble on the front stretch. Your race leader acted into the the pit lane wall, but he's going to go ahead and get back moving. Let's go back, take a look and see what happened to Brian Lemke as they were heading down into the trioval here.
And I'm just trying to find it. For some reason, he wasn't flagged as having a wreck here, Mike. Let's see if we can find potentially if this was it here. So you see Lemke leading the way.
Just a bad push gone wrong out of that Dr. Pepper number 78 machine. And let me tell you what, all those drivers, really good heads up driving, but we did have one other driver go around, and that's going to be Kevin Zhu in that 243 machine. But he went ahead and got it quickly towed to the pits as we go back live to our action out front. And that right there kind of just, it ruined our top 9 to 10 drivers that were all in one whole pace here. But right now, Joshua Soto took advantage of the whole situation. He's up here in second. Michael Brock back in third now. Stan Hammonds back in fourth, and rounding out your top 5, it is the Ozman and the 911 machine.
Yeah,
right now they are single.
To get packed back up again, Mike, as we can quickly see here. It was all the way back to the 00 of Charles Wolf now is in that pack. So we got 10 cars again, grouped back up here, ready to mount a charge. Tony Wallace, we'll see if he's able to hold it off. He likes to claim he's the world's strongest sim racer. If you ever seen him on webcam, the guy's dude's jacked, so no doubt he's probably got the force feedback cranked up on his wheel. But Stan Hammond's pushing Michael Brock around the top side to take top spot. That's going to cycle Tony Wallace back into third now, possibly fourth, if Soto Nixulu trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Our pole sitter looks like he's going to back out, but he's going to go door to door here with Josh Soto, his line mate, on the front row to start the race off.
Yeah, Sulu, he is absolutely looking to make his way back to the front of this field. He knows he has the pace, so I'm not counting him out just yet. And if he can somehow get around Joshua Soto in that 07 machine by the end of this race, that will put him back on the pole for race number 2.
Yeah, being at fourth sometimes isn't all that bad, especially in this league where, as you mentioned, would be pole position. So Soto still has a lot of work to do. As we've seen, positions can change so quickly when they get up on the high bank section. It looks like something's happened to Mark Sherman. He's around. He's going to get that car straightened out. But we've seen a number of passes up on the banking where you can lose 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, Mike, just into turn 1. So nothing's really safe here until that checker flag drops.
Yeah, absolutely. As we saw with Michael Brock earlier, who is now back out front, again, he fell from first all the way back to just about that 6th position, thanks to Stan Hammonds and Tony Wallace, the 2 guys that are actually behind him now. So thanks to him, he fell all the way back to that 6th spot. So everything can change here up in the bankings of Daytona. And this draft is just absolutely remarkable with these cars.
Yeah, we saw a big old bump draft there by Hammonds on the back of Michael Brock. He's trying to do what he can to try and break away from the pack, but unfortunately here at Daytona, it's a matter of numbers. Whatever pack has the most numbers here, Mike, they're going to have the quickest lap times to be able to reel them back in. So it's going to take a little more than 2 cars here of Hammonds and Brock to break away, but they still got about 4 cars behind them, although we are seeing a bit of a division here between the packs now. As looks like, who is that? Thomas Lathrop going to be the final car on this lead pack, where Cooper, Wolf, and Kapinski have fallen back a little bit into a secondary pack. With only those 3 cars and them battling here door to door, they're going to struggle to try and catch our leaders.
Yeah, they definitely want to get themselves quickly single file, as our race leaders are running side by side right now. Pretty much 3 rows deep. You know, they look like the start of the race heading down here into turn number 1. You know, they definitely want to get themselves sorted out, stay single file, so that they can keep up with these drivers. As we see Exulu fall off back to that 6th position after getting back into the grass, pushing it a little bit too much out of the International Horseshoe. But now they're going to try to make it work down here.
Oh, no!
Contact! Sulu and Lathrop are turned backwards here in the West Horseshoe, as they will go ahead and get their cars righted here. But it looks like Oz, he may have a lot of damage on that front end of this race car.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
take
a
one
very
more look
optimistic send there by Exulu up the inside. There's no way he was getting that car stopped right into the corner of Thomas Lathrop. But you know what? Well done to the rest of the drivers, Mike, to not get involved in that. Everybody kind of made it through without getting involved, so it just ended up being those 2 cars, which is something you don't see all that often.
Yeah, definitely don't see that very often, and you know, really tough luck there for those for Thomas Lathrop, who had a really great run going up here in the top 6 or 7, up until this point. But so definitely a tough break, but he's going to have a good chance to have some redemption next race as well. As we take a look here at Michael Brock in that 421 machine. As you see, Hammonds, he's going to leave Wallace hanging out to the outside in the 78 machine.
Yeah, it looks like Hammonds is ready to work with Michael Brock. That's a couple times now we've seen him given a little bit of a bump draft to try and move around the other cars. So see Wallace trying to fight back on the outside. Late breaker here on the outside of Michael Brock, but eventually he's just going to lose out to the sheer track where it runs to the inside, and Hammond's going to have the inside. But Michael Brock starting to break away. We got some battles a little farther back in the pack here. Mike, we should probably give them a little focus here. Brian Lemke kind of leading this pack here, trying to get back up towards the front after that spin he had into turn 1 a couple laps to go before we had that incident with the system here. We had to reboot, but Matt Schlosser himself, he's up into 13th place. Nice run for him. Sean Giroux as well in the Red Bull America livery got himself up into 14th place. He's currently 3rd place in our mid-pack Larry's too as well. So nice run there for Sean Giroux.
Yeah, up 12 spots. That's pretty impressive here in that number 88 machine, as these drivers are still duking it out side by side for this 11th position. As we head back up front to Tony Wallace, someone I would like to give out a really quick shout out to is Charles Wolf in that 00 machine. He is up 29 spots since we've gone green flag racing. That is a lot of spots. Charles, man, he's got to be wicked fast.
Yeah, Charles has shown a ton of pace throughout the seasons here. Unfortunately, he's just one of those drivers that always seems to end up either on the wrong end of the stick or just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He gets caught up in some incidents. But as our pack heads towards the start-finish line here now, I didn't quite catch the time when they crossed the line last time by. I think they're going to pick the white flag up this time to go, Mike. So we'll see who can jockey here for top spot as they head to the line. Michael Brock currently leading them. Tony Wallace trying to make a move in behind. Joshua Soto trying to go deep around the outside. There we go. They just crossed the line with about 1.5 seconds to go. So one more lap here for bragging rights in race number 1. Charles Wolf and Tony Wallace, both of those are MAV Motorsports drivers, teammates here. So expect to see them trying to work together to get themselves up towards the sharp end of the field. So we'll see if maybe Brock, Soto, and Hammonds work together and try and keep those MAV Motorsports drivers off of the podium.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we're back right at VIR with Michael Brock and Joshua Soto duking it out here for the race lead. But this time they got Tony Wallace right there in that 78 machine. He is hungry and he is willing to do what it takes to get a victory here at Daytona as they make their way through the West Horseshoe here for the final time in race number 1. And now this is where the fun really begins. Who's going to get the best draft? And it all starts now as they exit the infield. As you see, all the drivers go way wide to keep up that high-speed momentum that they really need in order to make a strong pass here as they make their way up into turns 1 and 2. And Michael Brock, he's out to a pretty big lead here, which is not going to be good for him once they start heading towards this bus stop, as Joshua Soto and Wallace are going to get a big run. Oh, big movement. Oh. Hold on to it. And here comes Stan Hammond taking home the race lead. Down into the bus stop for the final time. Hammond, he will take it from Brock. And Brock, he now is falling back just a little bit. And now he's going to be able to make a good run here. It is going to be a Daytona finish once again. Who is it going to be? Stan Hammonds, Michael Brock, side by side as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. But here comes Joshua Soto in the 07. He goes to the high side, 3 wide out of turn number 4. Now it's a drag race down to the start-finish line. Soto got it cleared. And here comes Michael Brock. He is trying to hold him off. And third is going to go to Tony Wallace in the 78.
What a finish. Well done to Joshua Soto. He bought his time perfectly, but we still got some battles a little farther back here. Spencer Bodway leads Matt Schlosser, Brian Lepke, and Sean Giroux to the line. Looks like Bodway going to hold off that battle there. Brian's in. Thomas Lathrop, Ozzik Silu. They're going to come across the line. What could have been for Ozzik Silu, no doubt he's going to be punching air right now here. Mike, not the finish he was hoping.
Yeah, definitely not the finish that he was hoping for. Tough break for Oz.
Yeah, but luckily for him, he gets to regroup, come back here, and have another 20-minute battle. And we'll see if maybe this time he can be the benefactor. Maybe he can have that Charles Wolfe type race where he moves up 20 spots to get himself battling up into the top 3 by the time the race checkered flag comes out here, Mike. We'll see as we still got a few more cars to finish up here. We've got Sean Teeter as he's chasing down William Stern. They're heading through the bus stop for the final time. We've got Joshua Smith, Corey Mitchell, a couple drivers who have had rough races. They're heading to the line to finish up their race. So we're going to finish with about 31 of our 37 cars on the lead lap, which, well, you know what? For a Mazda race at Daytona, that's quite an accomplishment. Usually it's carnage all throughout the race. We actually had a fairly clean lap 1 to start this one.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, most of these races, as we see, almost had it. I love seeing that. But Teeter, he will get out front there as we see Corey Mitchell. He's going to go across the start-finish line here to finish out his first race. Looks like he's going to be back in that 31st position.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much everybody. We'll just wait for timing and scoring to go official here, and then we'll have a look at the final results. But you know what? That was a heck of a start of the night here tonight, Mike. Nice, a lot of battling all throughout. Unfortunately, we had that little blip where we missed a lap or two out there. But you know what? Can't really ask for much more than that. That was a heck of a start off.
Yeah, definitely one heck of a start off here for Daytona. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our race 1 results.
Oh, on here. iRacing's doing its thing. Let's try it one more time. It's not showing us the cars for some reason, but it's giving us the results in the bottom. But Soto takes the win ahead of Michael Brock and Tony Wallace, Stan Hammonds, Charles Wolfe, John Cooper, Sean Kapinski, Michael Tannegretta, Tyler Pierre Richards, and Nick Blasco round out the top 10.
Yeah, definitely really great run for them. Spencer Bowden, he will be 11th. Matt Soschler, followed by Brian Lemke, Sean Giroux, Kurt Moss, Brian Zinn will round out your top 16.
In 17th place, we see Thomas Lathrop with Ozek Sulu falling down to 18th. Our pole sitter, King Gehrig in 19th. Mark Sherman rounds out the top 20. Mealy, Mensing, Ty, Wilson, Croto, Ryder, Stern, Teeter, Smith, Agadello, Mitchell, and Stover round out our top 32. And then our drivers who did not see the checker flag are Craig Thompson, Kevin Zhu, Roman Bycuff, Gregorio Moreno Jr., and Rick Wishon. So we'll see if they can gather themselves up here, Mike, and have a little better result here in race number 2. But while they do that, they have a little bit of a warm-up. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Okay, and we're back. Mike, what were you thinking? How did the first race go in your eyes there? Oh, looks like we might have lost Mike Taylor for a moment. We'll see if we can pick him back up. But as our drivers get ready here to get gridded up for race number 2, we can only expect more of the same. We've got Stan Hammonds, who popped into the chat of the broadcast, letting us know that he went with the big brain strategy to try and finish 4th, which would put him on pole here for race number 2. So speaking of race number 2, let's take a look at the results. Or sorry, not the results, how they're going to grid up is, let's see here. CSTK and iRacing do not want to join hands here tonight. There we go. Stan Hammonds taking top spot for race number 2 with Tony Wallace to his outside. They will have Michael Brock and Joshua Soto, our P1 and P2 from race number 2, starting at 3rd, 4th. Everybody else is going to start where they finished. Charles Wolf in 5th with John Cooper in 6th. Sean Kapinski in 7th. Michael Tannegretta in 8th. 9th place is going to be Tyler Pierre Richards and Nick Blasco are going to round out our top 10. 11th place where Spencer Bodway and Matt Schlosser are going to start in row 6, 11th and 12th. 13th place goes to Brian Lebke, and 14th, Sean Carew. Nice run by Sean. Kurt Moss is going to start in 15th with Brian Zinn in 16th. 17th and 18th is going to go to Thomas Lathrop and Ozek Sulu. Those two drivers wrapped up in an incident in the horseshoe. We're looking for a better result. 19th place, King Gehrig and Mark Sherman in 20th place. 21st, Harrison Mealy with Donald Bensing in 22nd. 23rd is going to be Benson Ty with the School Country Core of Patrick Wilson to his outside. 25th, Christopher Croto, and 26th, Ryan Ryder. 27th, William Stern. 28th, Sean Teeter. Ran out the top 30 is Joshua Smith and John Aguadello. 31st, Corey Mitchell and Richard Stover in 32nd. 33rd, Craig Thompson, and 34th, Kevin Zhu. 35th, Roman Bycuff, Gregorio Moreno in 36th. And then rounding out the field is going to be 37th place, Rick Wishon. There we go, 37 cars. Looks like Moreno Jr. and Wishon not going to hit the grid here for this one. See if maybe they deal with the pit lane start here tonight, Mike.
One.
Oh, there we go. For some reason you were muted. There we go. How's that? We can hear Mike now.
Hey, I'm back. And we are getting ready to go green flag. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but Hammonds and Wallace will bring the field to the green flag for race number 2 here for Apex this, and they're already looking to go possibly 3 wide into turn number 1 for that race lead. But right now, Hammonds, Wallace, they will take it over. And here comes Michael Brock already fighting on the inside of Wallace for that second position as they make their way down into the International Horseshoe. The 78 of Wallace, he was big sideways out of Wallace. And that's going to allow Joshua Soto to get alongside. And now they're looking to go 3 wide. Oh, he pushes Soto off into the grass. And here comes Michael Brock. He's going to fight back on the left side. He's now going to take over that 3rd spot. But here comes Joshua Soto fighting back in that number 07 machine as he will now run side by side with Wallace for 2nd.
Oh, Charles Wolf sends it deep up the inside of Michael Brock. So Michael Brock down 2 spots, but they're going 3 wide up onto the banking here, Mike. So they got that sorted out. But Brock going to use the advantage of drafting off Soto, but while they continue to jockey for position here, that's allowed Stan Hammonds to open up a bit of a gap. 9/10 now over 2nd place. Tony Wallace, unfortunately, not going to be enough of a gap here in these Mazdas. They need at least a 2nd and about 1.2, 1.3 of a gap to actually break the draft off these cars with no roof on them and no back window. They punch a huge hole in the air, being the little car that they are, but that's why the draft is so strong on them. They don't really have any aerodynamics, and that little bit of aerodynamics they have is broken up really quickly by not having a roof or back window.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here at that 00. I believe he just got dinged for cutting the course back in the bus stop. And you did ask me my thoughts on the first race, and you know, I want to touch on that real quick. My first thoughts are awesome racing, but it was tamed. And you know how what they usually say here, if the first race is tamed, the second one is usually chaotic. And we're about to find that out right about now as these drivers head down into turn number 1 here for the 3rd time now, I believe.
This is lap 2. That was only the first lap there. Yeah, that was only the first lap. All that.
That was the first lap.
Yeah, all that happened on the first lap. Yeah, that means more
racing. We got more racing going.
Our pole sitter,
I tried to keep myself out of lap.
Down into 3rd. Tony Wallace got himself back up front. But this pack now looks like it stretches all the way back to, we got there, Keegan Garrick, I think, is the final car in this pack. And he, let's see where he is on timing and scoring, all the way back in, I think, 23rd place. We've got about 20 cars strong in this lead pack. So anybody's game here at this point in time. See Brian Lemke, one of our quick drivers from race 1, had that incident with, I think it was Tony Wallace hitting into turn 1. Looked like incidental contact. Dropped him back, but Lemke has the pace. He's trying to move up on the inside. Tana Greta as they head back onto the banking.
Yeah, Tana Greta, Tana Greta up here in this 8th position so far. He finished 8th back in race 1, so he's doing pretty decent so far in that number 200 machine. Looking to go back-to-back wins in the MPL division as they make their way down the back straightaway heading into that bus stop. And that 200 machine's all by himself on that outside lane, and he's actually going to be able to make the pass on Lepke there for that 7th position.
Yeah, we'll see if they get a little more organized here and can develop their chase. Oh no, our pole sitter from race 1, Ozek Sulu, his bad day's gotten even worse here as that is terminal damage on that Mazda.
Yeah, big hit for that 911 DeWalt Mazda MX5. Let's take a look here. See what happened coming through the bus stop. Going 3 wide. Oh. That's just not going to work. Ooh. That's absolutely heartbreaking for Oz.
Yeah, unfortunately, look like he got up on the, Kapinski. Looks like we got massive pile up in behind. Oh, Ryan Ryder's involved in that. Looks like Roman Bykoff. Kevin Zhu again as well. Corey Mitchell again after race 1.
Oh,
That
Mitchell
road-
went upside down.
Oh, that road to redemption paint job for Corey Mitchell not working out for him tonight. See if
Big
we can,
pile up here.
See if we can get a look at what happened here as we're on board here with Bykoff pushing Kevin Zhu. Oh, he gets Kevin Zhu loose on the front straight, but something had already kicked off ahead of them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Zhu kind of saw that and backed out, and Bykoff couldn't see it because he was right on the back bumper of Kevin Zhu. Let's see, I think that might have been Ryan Ryder that was up in that. Let's see if maybe this gives us a better idea of what set everything off here. Like, was Kapinski up in the wall, and then Ryder nowhere to go, and then unfortunately everybody else came through. They all tried to avoid, but you just had too many cars in one spot.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, Corey Mitchell in that 63 machine going upside down. hard impacts for a lot of these drivers, and I'm going to say it right now. Thank God that this is just a simulator.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of dead racing drivers if this wasn't just a simulator. The way some of these guys drive, whether it's league racing or official racing bike, there's a lot of chances that are taken that you wouldn't necessarily take in real life if you were out there on track. So sometimes you'd wish that you'd see drivers going to drive as if they would in the real life and not take those risks. But you know what? We love seeing the carnage though too as well. It makes for nice content.
We do. That we do. But we also love really great side-by-side racing, and the draft that we're seeing behind Brock with Wallace, Soto, and Belasco. Oh, where did Belasco come from? As he's looking to inch his way into the podium position.
He's got himself up 6 spots here into 4th place, giving Joshua Soto the bump on the outside into turn 1. Michael Brock trying to defend on the inside. Brock going to need a little bit of help to hold on to this spot. He is going to hold on to it, but as we've seen time and time again, being out front just doesn't work when you get up on the banking. You got to be about 3rd or 4th place to really get that draft, and that's where basically they're all just kind of jockeying for position here, waiting for the last lap at this point in time, Mike.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know what happened, but now looking back behind your top 4, everybody else is caught up to them here. And so now you've got Tantagretta now up in that 7th spot. Matt Schlosser, he's up here. Hammonds is back. Pierre Richards is back. Yeah, we still got a lot of good racing coming on here. And let me tell you what, this race is a lot more tighter than what it was in the first race.
As we hop on board here with Tyler Pierre Richards. He's in behind Matt Schlosser. That's his teammate. Stan Hammonds on the outside of the Skylanders machine, excuse me. So we'll see if these two drivers can link up and potentially try and work their way up towards the front. We don't have many of our MAV Motorsports drivers up at the front right now. Tantagretta is one of them in 6th place, Wallace in 3rd. So no doubt those drivers are probably on comms in a Discord channel somewhere, Mike, trying to get themselves linked up. But you mentioned Corey Mitchell ahead, went up on his roof a little earlier in that wreck. Let's see if we can see maybe what happened here to Corey. Maybe we can relive his upside down moment.
Yes.
Oh, there it is there. Oh. He stuck the landing though. Hats off to Corey. Stuck the landing. Even the Russian judge gave him a 9 out of 10 on that one.
Heck yeah. As we are 3 wide back here for, I believe that is the 8th position, as they make their way here out of turn number 4. I'm sorry. Still going 3 wide, pushing, shoving. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that pyramid.
7 cars head into turn 1. Mike, how many are going to come out? And it looks like thankfully the cooler heads prevailed and they all got through, but Michael Brock had a challenge.
3 wide. sorry.
Michael Brock had a challenge for the lead into turn 1. He was able to hold off Lepke and hold on to that spot. But as we say that, we got a car that came out of the pits and is right in the middle of this battle now. The 002 of, I believe that's Patrick Wilson, just trying to stay out of the way here. Unfortunately for him, he came out in a bit of a hornet's nest. It's almost like he was walking through the yard at home, stepped on a hornet's nest, and now you got to run away from all the bees chasing you through the yard, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I love calling these things the Hornets because they sound like hornets, and they're so fun, and they're all nice and tight, close running, And let me tell you what, one wrong move, you're going to get stung. As, you know, unfortunately, quite a few drivers have already seen here today.
Yeah, we've seen a number of drivers getting bit. One driver, though, that's been a mainstay at the front of the pack here from race 1 and race 2 here, Michael Brock, still leading the way. They've broken away a little bit here. Tony Wallace, the 5th place car, top 5, broken away from Matt Schlosser, who's leading that secondary pack. We'll see if they can get a little bit of a developed single file run in behind them. As Lemke makes the move around into the bus stop. Soto there too as well.
Yeah, Lemke did time that perfectly down the backstretch to take the race lead before getting down into the bus stop. And now here comes John Cooper. He's trying to make his way to the outside of Joshua Soto in that 07 machine for the 3rd spot. But he doesn't have that momentum that Lemke had. So he's just now getting there to his outside, but Soto, he's got the draft from Brock and company. And now we're going to go 3 wide once again into turn number 1. But this time it's going to be for that 2nd position.
Here they come in. Lemke going to hold on. Walsh tried to make the move around the outside. Lemke was able to defend him. Michael Brock going to hold on to 2nd place. But as you mentioned, Jonathan Cooper up into this battle too as well. He's one of our mid-pack Larry drivers, actually our top mid-pack Larry driver right now. Michael Tanagretta currently sitting 2nd in class. So where they are, nose to tail. The kind of chrome red with the black stripes, that's Cooper. Tanagretta, the white and pink, right in behind him. Those are our top 2 drivers in mid-pack Larry's. Harrison Mealy, our 3rd place driver, sitting back in 15th place. He is, unfortunately for him, not involved in this battle right now, but he'd love to get up to it. Just tailing off a little bit on the pack. If he can get a little bit of a jockeying up ahead of him, he can be involved here too as well. We could see our top 3 in mid-pack Larry's battling just as well as our top, looks like 10 drivers here in the pro class.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to give a shout out to John Cooper. You know, he's doing a phenomenal job. You know, as you say, he is the race leader right now in the mid-pack Larry division as we got a battle for the race lead once again. But John Cooper, he's got a tough customer behind him in Tanagretta, because from what I saw the last couple races, Tanagretta, he doesn't take a loss easily. So he's definitely going to be coming for Cooper by the end of this.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Still plenty of time to go. 7 minutes to go. That's lots of time for these Mazda drivers as they head into the bus stop. I guess they call it officially the Le Mans chicane here now, with the handshake agreement here between Daytona and Le Mans for a branding shake. But Thomas Lathrop, driver who we saw, he got involved with Isaac Silu in the first race into the first horseshoe, dropped way down the pack, but he's had a nice race here. Mike moved himself up 10 spots now in his 7th place, right in behind that battle for mid-pack Larry's class between Tanagretta and Cooper. And they now have Josh Soto just in between that battle too, as well, as now he's looking to the outside of Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah, Joshua Soto fell back just a little bit here early on, but he's slowly making his way back up through the field. And Thomas Lathrop, he's having one heck of a comeback here in race number 2, and he's going to eat away at a lot of those points that he ended up losing the first race here. So definitely a really good turnaround here for Lathrop in that 84 machine. And
looks like Tyler Pierre Richards is the final car now on this pack. So top 13 all in the primary pack that we saw was as deep as about 23 positions at one point in time, Mike. So we're starting to shed some of the pretenders, and we're left with only the contenders here at this point in time.
Yep. Yeah, the skin is definitely starting to come off of the ones that are causing issues, I would call it, here in the front of this field. But the true contenders are always going to start coming out here as you see them make their way up through NASCAR 1 and 2 here once more. As we've got
Schlosser serving a slowdown on the top here.
Well, that's what it looks like. Schlosser, he's had a pretty up and down day, I would say, so far here in Daytona. And I bet you he can't wait to get out of here, because He has a good run going, then he falls back, gets another good run, and then falls back again. So Matt's definitely struggling just a little bit here in Daytona.
See the run here that Michael Brock's getting out of the chicane and behind Brian Lemke. Is he going to choose to bump draft him here to try and open up that lead that they already have? Tony Wallace going to tuck in behind. Jonathan Cooper getting some help by Soto. Oh, sorry, Tony Wallace making a liar to me. He's going to go to the top side. He's going to say, I want to lead a lap here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, Tony Wallace looking to retake that top spot, and he will lead that last lap by inches. But now here comes John Cooper in that 77 trying to fight hard around the outside. He's going to take third away from Brock, but here comes Brock fighting back on the inside of turn 1, and now they're going to run side by side, possibly 3 wide for the race lead.
Oh, they're going 3 wide in behind them, though. It's Charles Wolf on the inside, Lathrop in the middle. Hammonds bailed out when he saw that happen, the red Sky Lounge car. He didn't want anything to do with that action, Mike.
He said, nope, I am out. I will try again.
Yeah, check please.
As we have just about 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this race. And I believe we may have just about 2 more laps, possibly, before this one is over.
Yeah, we did 10 laps for race 1, but again, we crossed the line with about a second and a half to go, so I'm not sure what kind of pace they're keeping in this race. If it's going to be equivalent to the race number 1. Right now, we're showing about 9 laps, so it's going to be close here, whether we get to that 10 lap mark again here or not, Mike.
Yeah, definitely going to be very, very close. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that when they come across the start-finish line here in just about 2 laps. But here comes Lemke back, trying to get around the 78, and he will complete the pass. And here comes Brock taking away third from John Cooper. And now you've got, this is still about 11 or 12 cars here in this front pack alone.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game at this point in time. Anybody basically as far back as, I'm going to say, Charles Wolf or Thomas Lathrop here in 6th or 7th place. They can get enough of a draft on the front straight to really make a run, as we see Michael Brock now making the move around the outside of Lemke. He's going to take and lead this lap this time by. But looks like something might have happened between Benson Ty, Keegan Gehrig, and Sean Giroux. We'll take a look at that once their leaders get through turn 1 here, going 3 wide.
For the race lead. This is awesome. We'll contact a little bit back here in the back, but no harm, no foul done. And I'm sorry, Rob. Right now, I am geeking out as a race fan watching this racing right now, man. I am absolutely loving it. Michael Brock retaking the race lead. Joshua Soto now side by side with Lemke. Lemke not giving it up for Joshua Soto. And I believe Lemke, he's going to have the preferred line here in the dog leg as they make their way here into turn or to the west horseshoe. Soto, he's going to take over the 2nd position. Lemke 3rd. John Cooper still 4th. And you still see Tony Wallace back in that number 78 machine. He's not done yet. He says, you know what? I may be back here in 5th spot, but I'm coming back.
Hey, he drank a Dr. Pepper. He's full of sugar here. He's ready to go, Mike. But how about hats off to John Cooper, our top mid-pack Larry driver. Got himself firmly up in the top 5 in overall. Not to mention out here mixing up with the pro drivers here. So way to go for Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah, really great run out of Cooper so far. Currently sitting in that 4th position. And he's still not out of it to where he can bring home the entire race win, as he's looking on the inside of Cooper, but not able to make anything, not able to make it stick, I should say, as they will make their way back up here into NASCAR turn 3. And this is where these cars will come to life. We should be getting the white flag this next time by, as we currently have only 20 seconds left here in Daytona. As you see Brian Lemke, he's now making the pass with Joshua Soto in that number 2 machine. White flag is in the air. One more time for these drivers. 3.53 miles as they head back down into turn number 1. And it's still anybody's race here in the top 10. So everybody, you guys need to hold on. Hold on tight something, because this is about to get really interesting. Brian Lemke currently out front. John Cooper in that 77 second. Joshua Soto currently third, trying to get around Cooper. But right now, Cooper's got the preferred line. He's going to take away the position. Tony Wallace back up to fourth, as we still got a battle back here for the second spot between Cooper and Soto. And it looks like, I believe Cooper's going to have the preferred line once again. Contact between Soto and Cooper, heading down into turn number 6 to get back into the high banks. Cooper goes wide. That opens up the door for Tony Wallace to take third. And here comes that big run out of Tony Wallace. He's now going to get help from John Cooper from behind. Michael Brock, he's right there behind Joshua Soto. He's going to drift high behind Wallace. He's looking for a second away from Lemke, heading out of turn number 2 now. These drivers are in a high-speed formation lap here on the final lap of today's race, heading down into the bus stop here for the final time. Wallace, he's going to hold on to it. Everybody's going to make it out of the bus stop so far. And now Brian Lemke, he's going to have the better run through 3 and 4. And here he goes for the race lead.
Yeah, we keep our eyes on Josh Soto again. We saw him take the win at this almost identical way on heat number 1. He's getting the run. He's going to go up behind Lemke. There he goes to the top side. He's going to get the run.
Get him. Joshua Soto
to the line.
What? Let's go. What a run for Joshua Soto, going back-to-back wins here at Daytona. And he also won last week in the final race at VIR, as well. As we come back here to Sean Teeter, as these guys are going across the start-finish line. And that was back for that 16th, 17th position.
Nice battle for them, but hats off to Joshua Soto. Back-to-back wins, almost a carbon copy of how he took the win in heat number 1. Mike went from third place, got that move, used the double draft off those 2 drivers up ahead of him. Unfortunately, Wallace and Lemke, not much they can do there. You can't necessarily block, but you know what? They should have maybe moved around a little bit to try and break that draft from Soto. But as I mentioned earlier, the draft is so strong on these cars that you're really sitting as a helpless duck when you're out in front and that car behind you getting the draft that we saw Soto do. But nice job to him. He's been a beast in Mazdas for a number of seasons here. I'm actually going to say years now. He's been here a couple of years racing with the Apex Mazda guys, and Soto always a contender.
Yes, Soto, absolutely one of the fan favorites here in the race league, as we see Ryan Ryder in that 181 machine finishing up his race here. Really tough break for Ryan Ryder as well here in race number 2. Same with Kapinski, as he's having a little bit of fun post checkered.
Yeah, Sean Kapinski in the Mario Kart, one of those drivers that probably was hoping for better results here at Daytona. But that's going to wrap up things here for our feature race. Mike, let's take a look at the results.
Yeah, Joshua Soto takes home the race win, followed by Tony Wallace and Brian Lemke. Michael Brock, he'll bring it home 4th, not the finish he was hoping for, but still a strong points day for him, followed by John Cooper, Lathrop. Wolf, what an amazing run out of Wolf here today. Hammonds 8th, Schlosser 9th, and Pierre Richards will round out your top 10. Bodun, Zin, Tana Greta, Belasco, and Mealy will round out your top 15 here today. and 16th is going to go to Joshua Smith. What a crazy run out of these drivers here today. Look at that Ferris wheel. Man, let me tell you what, it was an awesome race here today.
It was. Daytona always gives good races.
I said last week, I love MX5 racing. They always put on an awesome show, and let me tell you what, Joshua Soto, Wallace Lemke, Brock Cooper, Lathrop, Wolf Hammonds, all these guys put on one heck of a show here today. And let's go ahead and see if we've got our podium drivers ready, which I am seeing that they are. And who would you like for us to bring up first?
Well, we got Josh Soto in the booth. We might as well talk to him and find out how his back-to-back wins went here tonight. Josh, was that something you had planned out by about midway race when you developed the strategy for the end of the race?
Yeah, somewhat. Daytona is such an interesting track. It's kind of hard to predict where you're going to end up, especially coming out of the bus stop. But yeah, I mean, I just redid the same strategy that I had for the first race. Just try to get the best distance coming up to the second car, and then to the first, you can kind of get like a double draft through there. But yeah, it really just depends on the spacing and everything at Daytona. So we ended up getting the win for both.
Yeah, it almost looked like a carbon copy of how you made the move on the last lap for the first race. And, unfortunately, it's got to be, I'm sure you've been sitting in this position before, but it's going to be a terrible feeling when you're Wallace or Lemke. You're out front doing everything you can, and you know there's just nothing you can do with the draft being as strong as it is with these Mazdas, with those cars chasing you in behind.
Oh, yeah. Daytona draft is like none other track other than in Le Mans, but, going down to the finish, it really is just I can't think of any other track that has a draft so important coming to the end.
Yeah, well, you're spending almost the entire time up on the oval. I think there's only a little bit of the front stretch that you're not actually on, but we head to Road Atlanta next week, a track that not necessarily as strong in the draft. You only really got that back stretch, but how you feel about your chances going back to back again next week at Road Atlanta?
Oh yeah, yeah. I really like Road Atlanta, and it's a very challenging track. It's one of my favorites, so yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to seeing how you can do, Josh. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give to the fans at home watching?
Oh, yeah, sure. I would like to thank my sponsor, Academy Sim Racing. Also like to thank Apex This and all of their admins and everybody that sponsors the series. And I would like to thank my friends and my family.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck next week, Josh, and heading through the rest of the season. I won't be surprised if we're talking to you again as the season progresses. Take care.
All right.
There you go, Mike. That was our back-to-back winner tonight, Joshua Soto. It looks like you have our runner-up here, Brian Lemke, who had a rough race in race 1, but had a nice showing in race number 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Brian. Tough break in race 1. Come back very, very strong here in race number 2. Great battle there for the race lead for majority of the race. Talk us through what it was like trying to hold off the pack behind you, and what was your thoughts coming out of the bus stop for the final time?
Yeah, I was happy to lead there at race 1, and then I don't know what happened with the bump draft. I was thankful that I only finished 13th. That could have been much worse, but if that didn't light a little fire under me for race 2, I mean, I was really pushing. I wanted to get back up there, and I wanted to get back and battle with those guys again, which I did. And then I was a little unsure where I wanted to be coming out of the bus stop on the last lap. I felt like second might be pretty good, but I think it's third. I think third's where you want to be, because Soto was able to just pass both of us on the outside. Having like a double card draft seems to help more than a one card draft. Was hoping I could hold Tony off, but I think I finished third. But yeah, just that's Daytona for you. You know, you got to just try to stay in the mix and be there at the end, and hopefully you get a good run out the bus stop. Everything else is, you know, maybe fun, but probably doesn't matter as much as just that last run out the bus stop.
Yeah, that last run out of the bus stop is very, very important. And, you know, we see you guys, you know, even across all the racing that we see here at Daytona, the parts that people really get wrong is coming out of the infield and coming out of the bus stop, because you guys are trying to hold that nice speed momentum for that slingshot heading towards the bus stop and the start finish line. And today it came really close, but you did come home third.
Yeah, third. Soto did Soto things.
Hey, you know what? Still a really great comeback from race one, and great points day for you here. And Brian, before we let you go, buddy, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. I always have fun watching these back the next day. Shout out to everybody at Apex, everybody that came out that makes the racing so fun. Had a lot of pretty good sized fields lately, which is fun. And yeah, look forward to doing some more. I took a couple weeks off, but I'm back and ready to get back in the mix and see if I can stop Soto here at one of these races.
Definitely a very good possibility. But Brian, congratulations, buddy, on your third place finish, and we'll see you next week when we head up to Road Atlanta.
Awesome, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
That was Brian Lemke, our third place finisher in race number 2. Let's bring in Mike, the man who finished second in race number 1, fourth in race number 2, and I guess on aggregate that puts you final step on the podium for the 2 races, Mike.
Yeah, can you guys hear me at all? Let me go. Hold on.
Yeah, we can hear you. We got you.
You got me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay, cool.
I guess you average out to about third place overall, Mike, but your ups and downs, you led a ton of laps here tonight, just couldn't get that win wrapped up.
Yeah, it's close. It was fun. We turned left. We turned left a lot today. Yeah, this is just like, yeah, it's I don't know what to make of this race. It's fun to like kind of, it's just this whole like you know, draft battle, and it's just that kind of chess game. Man, that last race though, like that going to the bus stop was so awkward, because just everyone was going too wide, everyone was checking up because no one wants to be in first or second, I think, and then it was interesting. So I don't know how we all kind of made it through that, but I'm sure somebody crashed somewhere. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It looked like a few hairy moments for a number of drivers out there, but I think Joshua Soto proved 2 races in a row, third place. As you said, probably the place you want to be coming on to the banking for the final lap. We head to Road Atlanta next week. How are you feeling about your thoughts of getting some redemption there and possibly snatching away a win?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll try again for a win for sure. I'll have a lot more fun there, that's for sure, at least driving wise. This one's kind of more just it's basically kind of NASCAR. That's what we're doing except for like turn 1. Turn 1's really fun, but yeah, Road Atlanta though, yeah, awesome track. That's gonna be lots of fun. There's still some drafting though. It has that long straightaway, so I think it's still gonna be close. You know what I mean? Like pack racing a little bit, but yeah, a little bit more technical than this one, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. When we look forward to see how you can do, Mike. But before we let you go, give us any shout outs that you want to fire off to the millions and millions cheering you on and your number 1 fan in chat here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, hey, it'll start with you guys in the booth, and then everyone else at Apex, and of course my lovely wife Jen. Yeah.
Congrats on the aggregate P3, Mike, and we expect to see you battling at the sharp end of the field next week at Road Atlanta, and heading on to the rest of the season. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you.
Okay, Mike, should we bring in our P2 from race number 2, Tony Wallace? Have a chat. There we go. We're bringing in our second place driver from race number 2, Tony Wallace. Is going to catch up with Mike Taylor.
Yeah. So Tony, man, what an incredible run out of you in that number 78 today. especially coming home second here in race number 2. You pretty much had a up and down race in race 1, and then you came back very, very strong race number 2. What was the biggest difference for you between race 1 and race 2?
I tried to just repeat what I was doing in race 1 because, I mean, we all know that this is a draft track, and it doesn't matter where you are really, as long as you're in that front pack throughout the race, just so you can set yourself up for that final lap, because that final lap is where it all comes down to. So that's what I tried to do in the second race, and I squeezed third place in that first race, and then I just got by Lemke in the for second in the second race. So yeah, I just tried to play smart.
Yeah, definitely. And talk about that run out of the bus stop on the final lap. What was going through your mind, and what did you think that you would have to do to try to keep Soto behind you coming to the start finish line?
I kind of knew going into the bus stop that my fate was already sealed because I was ahead of everybody. That's not exactly where I wanted to be. Coming out into that back straight, everybody was kind of going slow, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna hope and pray that I could at least squeeze the top 3 in and go for the first going into the bus stop and see where I land.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, really great run out of you coming to the start finish line, bringing it home second, Tony. But is there anybody, or actually next week we are heading over to Road Atlanta. What are you going to have to do in order to take home the race win next week?
Road Atlanta is a little bit tougher track for me. It's a shorter track, so you're burning your tires up quicker, and before you know it, when you're halfway through the race, it's just your driving style completely changes. So if I could get in some longer practices and see how my tires hold up, I might be able to pull in and top 5, and that's all I'm aiming for over there, because that's one of my weaker tracks.
Hey, top 5 at that point is definitely a very good goal there for you. And before we let you go, is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my team members, Mav Motorsport, and my sponsor, Grid Theory Racewear.
Beautiful. Well, Tony, again, congratulations on your runner-up finish here in Daytona. We'll see you next week in Road Atlanta.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You as well.
That was Tony Wallace, our second place finisher in race number 2, finished third in race number 1. Let's bring in our Mid Pack Larry's driver, Michael Tanagret, who finished back-to-back second places here tonight in class. Michael, you couldn't really ask for much better of a finish than that, other than maybe taking top spot in both races.
Yeah, I know. I was hunting down Cooper the entire time, but I was also fighting the front pack, trying to stay with them as much as possible.
How hairy was it up there in that front pack? I think at one point in time in race number 2, we saw it stretched to about 23 cars.
Oh, that was a heck of a pack. Yeah, race one was pretty good. It was a thinner pack, but probably the second half of the second race, that pack started growing exponentially like a newborn, and and it was going pretty well. And then I wasn't sure what happened. If I thought I got damaged somewhere, because I started dropping back, and all of a sudden coming out of the bus stop, I got a train of like 8 people coming past me. I was like, all right, cool. I just gotta stay in line, try not to get thrown off the track and punt it out, and thankfully come home with second place.
He came into the race here tonight, third in the championship behind Teeter and Aaron Law. I don't think Aaron Law was here tonight. Sean Teeter had a rough race, so you're definitely going to make some points up on them. And then Jonathan Cooper, a couple spots behind you in the championship points. He comes in, he had a nice race number 2. So it's going to be tight heading into Royal Atlanta next week. How are you feeling about your chances of potentially taking a top spot in class there?
I feel like Royal Atlanta is gonna be a head scratcher in the least, just because I know it's gonna be a very chaotic track. It's definitely shorter. It's a lot more curvy, a little bit more curves, so you tend to go through your tires a lot faster. But yeah, everybody's trying to fight for position, trying to get their best spot before the backstretch, and then the end of the stretch into, I think, the S or the bus stop tends to get hairy with the last minute lunges. But other than that, hopefully, I would say hope for top 3 for sure, as long as you can make it past probably the first 5 laps, and then everybody just settles in. Everybody gets their antics out.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye and see how that strategy plays out for you next week. But before we let you go here, Michael, anybody you want to give a shout out to at home or helping you all week get ready for the race?
Mainly you guys for putting this thing on, giving us a chance to get our excitement out in track and have fun with these guys. It's a good league, good fun. Mav for keeping the practice good and tight and competitive. So when we come out with you guys, it's just like running with anybody else. Just very competitive, very strong. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, excellent stuff, Michael. We hope the best for you heading into the race next week at Road Atlanta and going through the rest of the season. Hopefully we're talking to you again. Take care.
Thanks.
That was our back-to-back second place finisher in the races here tonight in mid-pack, Larry. Let's bring in Harrison Mealy, who finished up 3rd in class here tonight, to catch up with Michael Taylor.
Yeah. Hey, Harrison, man, what a great run out of you. Coming home 3rd. Not a bad run for you. What was it like out there running in such a big pack around Daytona?
Well, it was a little dirtier than I was anticipating. I took a few guys out race 1, so sorry for that, guys. Yeah, it was I had a blast overall though.
Gotcha. And was there anything that you could have done to get to the back bumper of Santa Greta? I mean, we know it's pretty much a quote-unquote multi-class racing going on in the same cars, but what could you have done a little differently to possibly get it to the back bumper of Santa Greta?
I think I took a little damage on lap 1, avoiding somebody coming into turn number 1. I guess it would have been lap 2, trying to avoid getting taken out. So really, I was just trying to push Nick up to that pack to see if I could catch up. I didn't have the pace to do it.
Gotcha. Next week we are heading to Road Atlanta. What are your thoughts about Road Atlanta, and what's it going to take for you to take home the race win next week?
Well, it's a track I don't normally drive much, so it's going to take a lot. No, my goal is just going to try to be clean, and I'll finish where I finish.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan there. And before we let you go, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Nope, just thanks everybody, you guys and the guys at Apex for putting everything on. I really have a blast doing it.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next week in Road Atlanta, and congratulations on your 3rd place finish today.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
That was Harrison Mealy, our 3rd place finisher in the feature race. Let's bring in these 2 clowns here, and I'll have a chat with these 2 guys here, Stan Hammonds and Tyler Pierre Richards, 2 drivers making up the Sky Lounge Motorsports team. What's going on here tonight, fellas? Why didn't see any podiums at either one of you?
Well, okay, look, I had a plan in race 1, right? I had a plan, right? My plan was that everybody was going to die in the bus stop on the last lap, and if I made that big ass move into the bus stop in the heat race, that it was just going to work itself out. And well, I got 4th, so that was cool. And yeah, so there were more than just us soda cars in the race tonight, and all I have to say is that Coke and Sprite are goated. That's really my big takeaway from the race.
goated. We need a Dr. Pepper car out there. Rob, when are you coming back?
I think that was taken.
There was a Dr. Pepper car out there.
The Dr. Pepper car committed a murder. We're fine.
Oh man,
We need a different Dr. Pepper. We need a different Dr. Pepper.
How about what is it, the Mr. Thunder or whatever the knockoff is?
Mr. Pibb's better.
No. There's a Dr. Thunder or something. I'm talking
it's
knockoff.
It's like the Kroger brand Doctor. Yeah, a Dr. Thunder car that goes super hard.
Dr. Thunder sounds like a bad website that you shouldn't be visiting.
Absolutely.
You won't go there live on stream. You won't do it.
It sounds like Tyler's alter ego, Dr. Thunder. He goes to
that's
EDC
like his superhero
concerts.
name. It's like when he puts his mask on. Now he's Dr. Thunder.
That's the name he uses when he goes to the EDC Fest.
I bet you're right.
It's,
I'm already
Tyler,
a criminal.
Dr. Thunder.
I don't need an alternate ego anymore. I got my first penalty last race, so
That's
it's
true.
just me now.
You did actually wreck the owner of the league. That was super cool.
Remember that time I had only one rule at Sky Lounge and only one rule, Rob? Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, don't wreck the admits. That was rule number 1. You completely violated it.
Yeah, but boy, did it look cool when he did it.
You're in your villain era now, I guess. So it's
Let's move over. I'm now Murder Motorsports. So new sheriff in town.
Well, are we gonna see either of you clowns next week at Road Atlanta? I know Stan's work schedule doesn't necessarily line up with week in, week out.
I could do it, but I'll be honest with you. I only have fun when I race with Stan, just like the good old days. It's maybe we'll see how we feel next week. But Road Atlanta is a goated track.
Do it for me.
I might. Yeah. So I no excuses. I can't say I messed up or anything. I'm not good. So that's why I'm back here.
You are good. You're so
what
much
is it?
better
Clown
than
World in 8th place or something like that. Nowhere near podium, but thanks for
I'm
interviewing
in
me.
Clown World in 8th place. I'm in 8th place. But here's the thing: we might have finished 8th and 10th, Rob. But I guarantee you, nobody had more fun than we had. We were having a blast, man. It was such a good time, especially race 2, where we were kind of around each other for part of it. Like that, we had a ball, man. Miata's at Daytona. Like this was awesome. I had a great time.
I think I finished 0 X's both races. I actually had to redeem myself after the criminal activities from 2 weeks ago. So I did have fun doing that.
I'm going to have to challenge you because I think I had a heck of a lot more fun up here watching you guys than you guys down there because I was geeking out the whole freaking race, okay?
I got to go back and rewatch because I've been trying to catch up in the warm up between races and while I was waiting on the interview and everything, but there was a lot going on. I didn't get to look at everything I wanted to look at, not even close. I just got to start from 0 and go rewatch the whole thing because it was constant, just action and passes and stuff happening the whole time. I don't know how y'all got all of it.
Well, we didn't. We missed about a lap or so in the middle because my my iRacing PC decided it was going to restart in the middle of the broadcast. So,
oh no!
It's because
you know what? That was the lap.
Canadian updates.
Anyway, you're fine.
Yeah, maple syrup internet up here. But all right, we'll let you two fellas get back to scheming for world conquering. But before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give out there? Possibly to Matt Atkins, team engineer.
Yeah, shout out Matt Atkins for bailing on us at the last minute.
I was going to say, shout outs are only for people we love and teammates who show up. So everyone is already here that deserves a shout out. Check Brian Lemke's car for legal mods. He's too fast.
Yeah, check the I don't even know what's that team called, Rob, the Lemke and Soto group. Lemke used
Academy
to be on
Sim
Sky
Racing.
Lounge. Well, that's not nearly as cool sounding as Sky Lounge. Lemke traded down in coolness.
Maybe there's a joint venture in the works there. Academy Sim Racing by Sky Lounge.
I heard a little turbo whistle as he went by. I think there's something going on over there. Check his hood. Check what's under there.
A little
I'm
blow-off
suspicious.
valve action. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a little as he went by. But yeah, thanks to you guys. Shout out to Apex. I actually do watch all of the Miata races on my lunch break the next day usually. So we'll try to keep you guys entertained next time Stan and I are here. Maybe we can convince Matt to make an appearance one time. I might have to go to his house. I bet if I go to his house one time, his missus will let him turn the computer on one time.
Well, what it's going to turn into is me and you both watching a child so he can race. So that's what it's going to be.
That's probably
whatever gets him on track.
Yeah, but shout out Racer Nexus, shout out Apex, shout out Sky Lounge, shout out Tyler for creating Sky Lounge and making this such a cool thing. And yeah, this was fun, guys. I can't wait to go back and rewatch this broadcast. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, fellas. Well, get the hell out of my booth now. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
All right, Mike. Wrap her up.
That was great. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us right here at Daytona. Congratulations to our race winners. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth alongside the one and only Rob Campbell. Next week, again, we are heading out to Road Atlanta, where the track is a heck of a lot tighter and the corners are even tighter than that. We want to thank everybody so much for tuning in to Racer Nexus right here on iRacing. And a big shout out to the Apex This drivers for today's event. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. And if it's not fun, go and make it fun. Until next time, see you in Road Atlanta. And you guys have yourself a beautiful time zone.